Energy.
Oh, got it. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Um, Hello, everybody. I'm gonna do
Hola, thanks for joining us.
some double funnels. So let's see where we were. We did my story with Rayanne. I think I was finishing hers up.
Yep, it was looking pretty hot.
I got yours. Where did it go? We go to Facebook. You sent me like a ton of pictures. I didn't know which one was John.
Well, there's only one with another person other than
But
me.
that is John, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
A prime example, when you're working with somebody who doesn't know who you know, you might want to let them know those things. See, I did that purposely so we had a teaching point. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Well, I saw it. I was like, is that just someone I should know? Is that like somebody famous and I just don't know? So
No,
I'm just
John, absolutely amazing guy. One of the best of the best.
cool. So what does he do? Like, what's his thing?
Now he's more of a retired and investor, but what tremendous speaker trainer. Just an absolutely amazing guy. Um, I owe a lot of my success to that man. So brings back a takes me back to that day when we took that picture a while. It's been a while, but just wanted to, that's the um,
That's the meaningful
yeah.
one,
You ever meet somebody that I mean, you fully don't anticipate how much impact they're going to have in your life, and all of a sudden you go, "Holy crud!" I mean, there's a lot. So, really sent me on a different trajectory. But that's what's so interesting about what we're doing here is hopefully we have that opportunity to put some people on a different trajectory, give them a different opportunity to understand that they can use the tips, the tools, the techniques, the strategies that are working in the marketplace. You don't
right?
you don't have to know everything. You just kind of got to know where to find everything, and you don't have to be the grand expert at everything. You just need to know who the people are that are those grand experts, and then take that wisdom that they're willing to share, that expertise, and stay in your core, stay in your core genius, do what you do best.
Core genius.
Yeah, I think that's what too many people um, try to be good at. They don't try to be good at too many things. They try to be great at too many things. Understand that some people, the things that you probably hate to do are things that there's somebody else who loves doing it. And
Right?
the things that you love doing, there are things that other people hate to do.
Oh gosh, yes.
Find those people and
Get together.
get together. I mean, create a consortium of good.
Isn't that all of you plus one?
Yeah, it's really kind of what U plus one is all about in everything we're doing. We're really good at a lot of different things, but more than anything, what we're really good at is connecting people, is knowing who, for whatever reason, we have the ability to evaluate situations and understand who the missing piece might be for you, and try to fill that gap, put it together, make the introductions, get people doing great things together, because together everyone achieves more. That's team.
It sounds so meaningful and
Well,
helpful.
it really is. In the bottom line is that again, I think sometimes people just get stuck, and there's somebody who can get you unstuck. Now, sometimes that's a coach who kind of gives you a little prod along the way, and sometimes it's just an expert that has a piece of wisdom that you don't have. And in all of it's good.
Right?
You just got to be open to it. The couple things that I learned early in my career is we all typically do the best we can with what we know at the time.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
agree. All of
no,
that.
nobody inherently wants to do not good.
Right?
Everybody wants to do good, but we do the best we can with what we know at the time. And once we know more, we can do more. And
Mhm.
so
I agree.
it's
I'm going to
okay.
tell every child I ever meet that.
Yep. So I see, oh, there's a big heart from Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy is saying he loves this, no matter how you spell it out. I love watching Jenna Apgar. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that, buddy. He loves watching you. It's all good. No, it's absolutely great to be working with you in this and working to share some good things for some people as we go along. I think it's absolutely fascinating stuff that, sometimes we work to accomplish, and we get in our own way, and then all of a sudden you see somebody who makes it look so easy. I mean, this is just fascinating. I've had more talks over the last 4 days, 3 days now that we've been doing this being the fourth day, of how amazing you are at this, and how you're picking things out of printed material that most people don't even see.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, just as you've been reviewing, Rayanne's story, or the U+1 story, or just in general conversation, you're hearing things that you got a different set of ears. I mean, you're hearing things that we don't hear exactly. But I mean, you're hearing it from a different place. And again, I think a lot of times people don't know. Well, I mean, I know that people don't know what they don't know. They don't know what else is out there until they know it. And that's okay. It's okay that you don't
Well,
know
and I think the
everything.
big one is they can't keep track of everything. Like, technology moves now at the speed of light, and it used to be like, you don't need a website. And then it was like, nah, you need a website. And then people had websites, and they're like, now you got to drive traffic. And then it was no websites, kind of just sitting there like business cards. So it just changes really fast. And I did kind of really explain that to people. I don't know that like Google last year, just their ad platform, so not their SEO, not any of their kabillion other applications, but just their ad platform, 248 changes last year. That is insane.
Yeah, it's a friend of mine shared with me that they're doing a special project with Amazon, and just the sheer tonnage of traffic that's there. Yeah, I mean,
Tonnage. Tonnage is a great word.
tonnage. I mean, it's a crazy amount. And so again, people sit there and say, "Oh, Amazon doesn't bother me." Sorry, eyeballs are going there. Things have to happen. As it said in the comments, this is the power of the experts. We don't know what they know, so we know they can do what we can't do. Sometimes we hesitate because we think we need to know what they know, and we can't. We're not in the same places. We don't have the same experiences. But very true. Great comment. A big part of, again, that's exactly why you don't know what you don't know until you know it. But once you know what's available, and that's why when you said, hey, we should, let's build funnels in an hour, on one side, somebody's going, well, that's crazy talk.
That is insane. I still firmly believe that that's insane.
But the fact is, it's being done. And that's the cool part about all this. I mean, when we work to share information, that's why I love speaking, training, coaching, whatever the point might be, is because ultimately there's so many good people that just want to do such good stuff. Let's help them get that good stuff out. Let them stay in their core genius and just go like crazy and do all the wonderful things. Yesterday I did we talked about technology. My goodness, yesterday I did a webinar, and we were having just such a blast. And all of a sudden I said, by the way, are you up in Vancouver? He goes, no, I'm from Vancouver. I'm in Manila. What? So all of a sudden you start to understand that your reach, you can truly live the life of your dreams with the internet. There's one of the things that I've been teaching on a lot lately, and while you're doing this, I'm just going to share this with everybody because it's absolutely it's made a huge difference in some of the stuff.
Not working.
This is a great analogy. The Roger Bannister breaking the 4-minute mile. Now we have Jenna doing funnels in 60 minutes. It's another record breaker.
I don't think everyone knows that story.
The Roger Bannister story?
Yeah. Because you're in speaking. Speakers use it all the time because it's such a great example. I'd never heard it ever.
Really? So, yeah, again, so at one time it was thought to be absolutely impossible to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. And all of a sudden there was somebody who believed he could, by the name of Roger Bannister, and he just kept on working at it and working at it and working at it. And he was getting close to it and getting closer and closer and closer. And all of a sudden he broke the 4-minute mile. And as soon as he broke the 4-minute mile, it went on to be broken over and over and over again. And so once the mind was allowed to believe that it could be done, it could be done.
Right.
And yeah, one of the comments that just came in is doctors believe that the heart would explode if you ran that fast. It's really interesting. I heard this conversation yesterday.
They actually believe what your heart was just going to go boom and just
That's right. You're pumping way too much blood through it too fast. Yesterday, I heard a very similar conversation about Usain Bolt and because for years the 100-yard dash was 10.06 seconds until Usain Bolt broke it and then got it down to, I think it's 9.56 seconds.
Something that was insane. Truly, you see it and you're just like, what?
Well, that's just it. Those are all the physical limits, right? And now but that's why learning and doing things like this is so intriguing, why I wanted to be part of this, working with you and sharing these messages. There have been this is the point that I was going to share about. There's been 3 great brain changes in all of mankind. All of mankind. That's a long time. I mean, from caveman on, the first brain change happened about 750 BC when we went from grunts, spoken word, to hieroglyphics. Somebody actually took the spoken word and made it a written word. They actually chipped it onto the walls of caves. So that was the first great brain change. That's when everything started changing.
Brain change.
Actually, physically. The second was around 1440 when Gutenberg invented the printing press.
Oh, that was
now we went from written word to printed word. And so now all of a sudden knowledge became duplicatable. And what many people don't know, and I share this story a lot when I speak and in a lot of trainings, but back in the day around Gutenberg's time, the nobles actually hired people that knew how to read for them. And so even though knowledge became more duplicatable, they were already outsourcing. Outsourcing is not new, folks. You find people like Jenna with this expertise. This has been going on since the mid 1400s. You find somebody that can build your funnel. Now, they didn't have funnel technology then, but now it's here. And so, but what happened is, even though
they had a funnel, just a different type of funnel.
That's exactly it. They had a different type of funnel. It was now a duplicatable knowledge funnel through written word. But a book back in the day, if you actually thought about that at that time, was still, it went from the monks transcribing and handwriting letter to letter to now being printed. Books back then were probably $300. So they were expensive.
They were
But
crazy expensive.
that's crazy expensive back in 1440, right? And so, but the next great brain change is basically what we're living through right now. And that's when the printed word became digital word. And so what's happened is boomers like myself, some of us more mature, that's actually code word for old. Some of us more mature folks actually still like to contain the knowledge within our brains. We actually have been trained up to learn the knowledge, hold the knowledge, contain the knowledge, and then share the knowledge. Whereas millennials only want the knowledge, and they only want to know where to find the knowledge. The internet has become an extension of their brain. Their PDAs.
You're not a millennial, right?
I'm just sharing truth. This is studied and documented truth. The fact is there's less desire to hold all the knowledge. Now it's, where do I find the knowledge? And that's why, again, funnels and websites and all this information is so important. I now can go find this knowledge, and I can find it in a better way in many cases. And we don't need the comments about how mature I am at this point. I get it that I'm mature from that side, but do appreciate the comments. But again, this is why what you're doing here, building these funnels, is so important. It's, where do we go find the knowledge that gives us the opportunity to grow our businesses and to get people to search through and do things at a better time? Sorry, I got into a training mode there. I don't know what happened.
I know, right? I think the other thing that when people are doing their own things, they need to remember is they need to be that knowledge resource for their desired client base.
Exactly.
And so this is one I got into an argument actually with a guy who just signed up as a client. Is I was speaking at an event, and I was telling them that they needed to build a topic map, not just for social media, but for their business. And a topic map is essentially, what other stuff can you talk about that has nothing to do with you? Right. So Rosetta Stone's a great example. They don't always talk about language software. They talk about traveling. They talk about working abroad. They talk about places that you can go scuba diving, because that's things that their people are interested in. And that just was not resonating with him and in his men's salon type of business. And I sat there and I kind of like argued with them back and forth from the stage. I was like, your guys care more about haircuts. They want to look super dapper. They want to know where to get a suit and where to get it tailored, and where do the arm cuffs stop, and how to tie a tie, and how to match the colors and the types of shoes to buy, and styling, and what hair products to use. It's not just about that. It's about the rest of the man. But it sunk in. It just took 2 years.
Well, sometimes it takes a little while. I mean, again, there are studies that say you have to hear things typically more than 6 times for it to truly embed. So that's why you have to study and study and study and study. Hey, Dwayne, thanks for joining us. Popping in here.
Dwayne is tomorrow.
Yep, Dwayne, your funnel is tomorrow. So again, repetition is the way.
My screen left me.
Yep, it did leave.
That's okay. I was at least there. I caught it. Boom.
It's back. And look, built in seconds.
Automatically, right?
It's a good looking funnel, I just got to say.
Well, I'm making this her home page. I was originally going to be her about page, but it just looks too good to leave all by itself. And it has so much, you put so much information into her story, like she wrote that story based on that book I mentioned the other day to you, the Story Brain book.
Yeah.
Freaking stellar.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing that how this comes about. And again, if sometimes we get so close to our own material, we don't see all the possibilities. But somebody else can help us pull that out. That's why masterminding, I mean, again, let's go back to Napoleon Hill, found that creating a mastermind, that's really what the Business Growth Network is. That's really what we're doing here. It's
I was going to say, who's Napoleon Hill? But I was like, oh, duh, Jenna. Just
yeah, think and grow rich. If you haven't read it, it's $7.95 at most bookstores.
Right.
But Napoleon Hill found 13 characteristics that were shared by the top 500 industrialists of his time. But one of those characteristics was masterminding. And basically what he said is when two or more minds come together, a third and greater mastermind is created. So the fact is we're only as broad as our experiences. Men are men, women are women. Women look at things differently than men. Shocker, let that settle in. Men look at things different than women do. Shocker, let that set in. Jenna comes more out of a tech world. She's going to see things differently than I do coming out of a sales world. That's okay. That's actually how you get the best. That's why, again, creating, and again, what Sean and I coming together with U+1, we come at many things from the same space, but we also come at things from a different space. The way that we approach things are slightly different because of our buying personalities and everything we do, which is one of the reasons that we teach that, and we want people to expose themselves to truly understand what the opportunities are. So again, there's just, when you can create a team around you, it's absolutely phenomenal. And that's what Business Growth Network is all about. It's what you and I teaming up here are about. It's saddle up with the experts,
Absolutely. And I don't have Rayanne's code. You can actually schedule online, where you can schedule an appointment right online.
Nice.
In here. So I'm going to actually delete this stuff. And she uses Book Like a Boss, one of the things we picked up at AppSumo. Why is this all separate? And I can slide this code right in there for her.
Nice.
I'll show you kind of what it looks like because it's fun. Info. Here's mine that we did. And so you can just right here, this is all actually the Book Like a Boss software.
That's awesome.
Pick the day you want, pick the time you want, put in your information, and boom, it's scheduled. Mine even automatically sets up a Zoom phone call. I don't even have to set up the Zoom.
Well, we're going to have to talk about that for us, because I don't have another Zoom to do until 10:30.
Side to side. No, that works. Okay, and I'm going to leave. Again, this is the cool thing about it. I'm leaving absolutely everything the same because I want them to continually to see these pages, these testimonials, and take that offer. I think that's good. So that is all 3 of our pages. Let me go up here in page settings.
I mean, just absolutely amazing to think of where we started a couple days ago, and all of a sudden in less than 3 hours,
yep,
something so effective has been put together.
Let's see this one. Publish that one. We're gonna preview this one. Always make sure you take off from the point where there's the, what's that called, exclamation mark.
Right.
Whenever you go into preview mode, it always adds this extra stuff, or sometimes it just carries over like UTM codes, stuff like that. I always like to delete that. No reason to make things complicated.
Nope. Make it easy.
Let's go up here, contact me, add the link,
Well, that
save,
looks good. Looks clean.
contact me, save that into, and we're just missing scheduling and then linking her active campaign so that we can get that. And then the only other thing, delete, we'll go back over here. So those are all done. Boom, boom, boom. Start here. Oh, I didn't change the name of it. That is contact me. And then save settings. Oh, you know what I'm going to do too? Every single one of these, the setting for goal tracking is the thank you page. So that one's done already.
Nice.
Because every single one of these website pages, its job is not to make money. Its job is not to make sales. Its job is to get someone's information.
Nice.
Indeed.
Now, why would you want that?
Why would you want a girl's phone number?
Wow. I wouldn't. I'm married.
Oh.
But
you were not married to her. Why would you want her phone number?
Well, so you could make another connection.
Yes, so you can call. So in this case, all right, that is a terrible one. I tried to use the, oh wait, that is the same template. Do I want to use that one? I really don't. So this is what Kyvio presented. That's its base one. Man, I just did all that work. Okay, never mind. Delete that. I'm going to come in here. This contact me is really simple. So when you're a thank you page is just an acknowledgement of the previous positive action taken. So whenever somebody, it's an acknowledgement of the previous action taken. So
great tip right there.
When somebody does something, like think about a dog. Like I remember I hired a dog trainer for this crazy dog I had. Thank you, Paige. And this dog trainer came over and she's teaching me how to train the dog, and she was very anti-negative training, like no yelling at the dog, spraying water in his face, any of that. She's like, but every time the dog does something you want, you toss it a little treat. Like even if the dog runs away, if the dog comes back when called, you give it a treat because you want to, whatever they do that you like, you give them a treat.
Nice.
And she looked up at me, and this probably was like a very meaningful moment in my marketing education, where she's like, by the way, this works on boys too. It's like, wait, what? And then it was like, no, it's not just boys, it's people in general. When people do what you want them to do, acknowledge it. So if somebody, right. And you had this issue when we were putting together the funnel for Dumble Funnel TV, is you opted in and then you're like, I just ended up on the same page again.
Right.
And that confuses you, right? It doesn't reward you. You get stuck in a little loop and you're not sure, did it work? Did it not work? Is she happy with me? Is she not? So if you take them to a thank you page that says, thank you, you're in, you've accomplished a task.
Nicely done. You know, here's what's really interesting this morning. I was doing a little study, a little reading, and there's a promotion out there right now talking about loyalty. In fact, there's an entire piece in USA Today this morning on loyalty. And what's so interesting on loyalty, creating customer loyalty.
Okay,
customer loyalty. But one of the, here's the marketing campaign: recognize, reward, retain.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just exactly what you were talking about there, you know, is give them a thank you. People appreciate being appreciated. It's a novel concept. You know, it doesn't have to be a great thing. This is one of the reasons, quite frankly, I don't even know why this popped up, but it just did. Again, I kind of coach intuitively. Whatever shows up, shows up. There's no place for sarcasm, because the only person that thinks it's funny is usually the person delivering it, not the target and not who receives it, right? And so all those little nicks that you take out of people frustrate the heck out of them. And we're talking about the other side of this, right? Yeah. Similarly, if you say, hey, you know what? You woke up this morning, you took a breath, way to go. You know, I know it's a little thing, the fact is, it's awesome. Thank you for joining us, everybody who's joined us here on this live. Thank you for those who have come back and watched the recording of this later on, because it is a big thing. The only thing,
a very big thing.
The only thing we have is time, and it's this. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's perishable. So, it's interesting because I've been telling people about what we're doing here. And I said, yeah, we're doing this every morning from 9 to 10. And they went like, oh my God, that's, whatever they said, right? And the fact of the matter is that, but it's going to carry on and on and on, and we're going to help a lot of people. So in the grand scheme of things, what we're kind of doing is masterminding for an hour. Not a bad thing to do for an hour.
Each morning? And somebody was asking me, why would you do that, Jen? I was like, do you know what I do from 9 to 10? I surf Facebook and I try to go through my emails, but it's really just purging the junk. I'm really not all that functional.
Yeah, no, this has really been awesome because it does it allows us to look at a variety of different things along the way. Space between youre and download, but just as I'm seeing it on the screen.
Oh, I can see that. So this is so let me kind of give a little download of the psychology here. So I'm saying thank you for your interest, right? And then I'm telling them what's going to happen. I'm actually going to change this. It's a little too big for my liking. This is me nitpicking and getting.
That's good.
Your download, I'm letting them know the steps. So people are sheep, heard them the right direction. Your download is on its way to your inbox. This way, if they gave me a fake email, which happens, then if they really wanted the resource, they will go backspace and they will go put in a good one. Because the only way they're going to get the download is if they actually give me a good email.
Another great tip
is I'm telling them the next step to take. Below is a video that walks you through the 3 steps. And actually, let me, I'm going to even be more deliberate. 3 steps
to pain freedom.
Freedom from pain. And take the size down just a little bit more so it all fits on 2 lines nice and pretty.
Nice.
I have Rayanne make a quick little video. In fact, I think she already has it. I know when we did the Business Growth Network Summit, she discussed those 3 things on there. And then up here is going to stay the same. And because I copied the entire page, you can see the links and everything are already done. Colors are already done. The one that's going to change is, remember, the first one that was in blue said start here. And that took them essentially to a landing page. Now that they've done that action, I need to take them to the next action. So through some kind of ad or social media or talking or speaking or something like that, a customer was made to be aware that Rayanne existed, and they went out of their way to go to her website, right? They went to this homepage, and on this homepage, she engaged them. She educated them. She, provided them some good information. I mean, look how much information is here. This is a ton that she wrote.
Right.
That's engagement. And then when they wanted, it's all over the place. This is the subscribe stage. They're actually giving the girl, they're getting the phone number from the girl, right? You're going to get their email address because you're providing real value. And that's really important, especially with my consultants, my speakers, my trainers, is you have to provide real value. You can't be afraid to share your information. The value of the information you provide should be in your execution, your strategy, the other stuff. You should be able to share a large amount of the information that you offer. Get their phone number. That is valuable. If I run ads, what is the cost per acquisition? Let's say just the cost per the information can be $70, $30. I mean, it kind of depends on which industry you're in. And then you have to convert them, right? So, and you have to, that's a little bit of excitement. So on this page, we have the girl's phone number, right? But you can't just get the girl's phone number and disappear and never call her, right? You have to do a little bit of excitement. So getting them to watch a little video, that's a nice little piece of excitement in between that subscribe and convert phase. And this particular video is going to be hyper specific, and I'm going to probably have her film it in my office. If not tomorrow, I'll bring her in tomorrow to do it. but it's going to walk them through the 3 steps to freedom. But all along the video, it's going to hint at purchasing her online help.
Nice.
Her online help is like really inexpensive. It's not a big jump. It's not paying $90 for her to come, work on them manually. It's that little jump. So providing a little excitement. And then over down here, we'll add it later, is we'll go through and we will build a sales page for her, and we'll add it to the bottom of this thank you page. So we'll be selling her membership right here on the bottom. So as soon as they say thank you, they'll watch the video, and there will be something here to indicate you need to keep scrolling. But as you can see, I'm not going to do it now. I just want the bare minimum to get started.
Right. Exactly.
So that we can get all of her stuff up. But the idea is to constantly move them through that journey. Did I lose Scott?
No, I'm right here.
I lost Scott. Where'd Scott go?
No, I'm right here.
And look over me, just like talking. You got a little black spot for him?
I've been here the whole time. I'm here now.
What happened to Scott? I have no idea. Huh. Well, Scott, let me know when you are back in the lobby. Let's see, we got Sean. Don't die with your music inside you. Yes. Lots of good comments from Sean. And Tim McClin. Passport them. There we go. Let's go over here. But then this is going to be good enough for her to get going, and we will attach her sales page. But this is essentially her entire website, almost completely done. And it took less than 3 hours. So her big one is we need to get her, kind of like we set up with the design pickle for U+1, is ensure that we have something pretty for them to download. There we go. Okay, so that's done, and we have 20 minutes left. Let's see what else we can do. So Scott has an active campaign. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I have to log out for that one. Let's bring up U+1 and work a little on that one. If I can get Scott back. Scott left us. He's there.
I'm here. Not sure what's going on.
I'm assuming if y'all can see Scott, let me know. If not, I see a black screen and I can't hear him.
That is so bizarre. Not sure what's going on.
All right. So here we go. And let's go back over here to Scott's. Okay, so we got pain therapy. Let's see what we have. Oh, we didn't launch it. So we got over here. Welcome to the community. Speakers and coaches, get your invitation to the U+1 community to get access to 101 actionable tips from global stage greats. And this was the picture we wanted to change out. Oh no, that's that. That's good for that one. But what I would like to do,
right?
Let's come in here and make it round and interesting. Boom. Kind of ovally. Let's maybe add a little bit of bottom margin here. Maybe a little top margin. Okay, welcome to the community. I want something else there. I want more space. I got no Scott.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm not sure what's going on. Interesting what's going on.
Tim, what's your story? Oh, you know what I did? I did not like the images, so I had Design Pickle come up with some images for me. Oops. Helps when you can spell the word pickle.
Much better.
And I just keep on, I'm dying here.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm here, Jenna.
Technology Grand. I have no idea where Scott is. Let me see if I can open up Facebook and see if he's messaging me there.
I have.
So I put in a request for Design Pickle to come up with some stuff for me. Here it is. I'm going to want some PNG files. So these are just some icons I had them do for me. The live is wigging out. I'm in the lobby. All right, can I like completely take that one out? I'll refresh it. I got blocked.
I'm on the show, it says.
Let me see. I have black screen. Black screen. I don't know how to reset him or make him go away. I'll take him back up there. I don't know how to reset it. I think we may have lost Scott, man. No fun, no fun, no fun. What was I gonna do for Facebook? Oh, that was, says it's on the show. Let me shut off my camera and come back on. Oh, wait, I think we might be getting him. Yay! Yay!
We back? I've been here the whole time, believe it or not.
Could you hear me?
I could hear you just fine. I was trying to send messages to everybody, just let her know it said I was on the show the whole time.
Yeah, I had it, but it was just black screen.
But what was intriguing is our live is jacked up. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just is the way it is at the moment. I'm back. I was always here, but I'm here now.
You were always here. So I got Design Pickle to make cute little pictures for us for your U+1.
Nice.
That was part of what I was waiting on to work on more on yours. So that's reach. We have opportunity with a brain in a hand.
Nice.
People, since I'm gonna go with brain because we already have like reach kind of covers people.
Like that.
And I will go ahead and I will upload actually all of them. So that let's see what I already did that one. There's the brain. Gotta love a good brain, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is gonna be awesome. I think what's interesting, I mean, again, this is the beauty of technology that we can that we can do something like this, but it's also sometimes the challenge of technology that sometimes this kind of stuff happens. It just is what it is. Nobody's purposely trying to do it. Don't get upset about it. Just
I hear people like complain about like Facebook, or they'll complain about live videos and stuff like that. And my answer is just like, you know what? Everything is what you make of it, right?
Right.
And when people complain about, how terrible social media is on society, and you're doing all these things that are, I'm just like, just stop. Because I come from a military background. Like, Facebook allows us to keep track of, stay in touch with all these people as we move around and we change cities and stuff like that. And then even more, past that, the ability to do like these Zoom lives and Be Live and Facebook Live and all this like live interaction, that was not possible now. So for like military people, you can be in theater and talk to your kid and see their face, and they can see you and they remember you, so that when you come back after a long deployment, it's not as sad.
Well, I think those are, I mean, certainly like I said, I did a webinar with Manila yesterday, you know, and it basically went very well and easily accomplished, you know. So the fact that in all of this, these are, these are high class issues when all of a sudden we go dark for a few minutes, you know.
What is that? First world problems?
First, well, I didn't want to say it that way, but it's, you know, it is. It's first world problems. I mean, we're so blessed to have the technology, to have all these different things, to understand the psychology of buying, to everything that's here. You know,
Look at the custom buttons. They're so cute.
those are awesome. I love those buttons.
Okay, and
It's
then
so way cool.
it's the small things.
Oh, it's awesome. I love that. Love the color combo. Everything we're working to do. Again, we want to serve a lot of people, not only here in the United States, but that was what was fun about doing the webinar with Manila yesterday. Is holy cow! All of a sudden, we had reach that we didn't even know we had.
That's
So,
crazy.
and we were able to serve some people and save them a bunch of money. So, not only could we educate them, we could save them. So, you know, and I only say it a gazillion times a day: saving money is making money. What can you do with the money that you save? You can put it back into your business. You can support a good local cause. You can help somebody out. So much stuff you can do. So, really excited about this. Excited about not only your expertise in helping us build our funnels, but the fact is, what you're actually doing is you're helping us touch and reach more people.
And I like your
And
word there is what are you actually doing? And when I'm working with people, that's the thing that they tend to miss is what are you actually doing? So it's easy to say, oh, I'm just, doing some manual massage, right? Kind of go back to Rayanne's because hers is literally, it's so deliberate in what you're
right,
actually doing. You're not even actually relieving pain. What you're actually doing is giving a mom the possibility of running
right.
around with her kids. You're giving a guy the possibility to go travel to Iceland and climb this rock that he's been meaning to do his whole life. Like what you're actually doing is much bigger than typically what you think you're doing.
It, absolutely. The most people talk about, technically selling its feature, advantage, benefits, but most people present the features, and features are just a thing.
Just
Everybody builds everybody builds things into their stuff. The advantage is something good about the thing, but the benefit is whatever everybody truly wants. Um, Quite frankly, nobody wants a funnel.
nobody
They don't
wants
want a funnel. They don't want a funnel. What they want is the interaction that the funnel derives, by connecting people and
they
doing things
want
like that.
leads and cells.
Well, yeah, and that is true as well. But what they really want is they want the connection, and that's what we want with U plus one. Is we want to serve the marketplace. We want to serve the world. We want to connect people. We've been fortunate enough to meet people that are pretty cool. Well, we want to help you meet those same people if you want to meet those people,
If
right?
you
I don't want you to meet anybody you don't want to meet. That's not the idea. The idea is how can we lift up cool people like you with our friends, and how can we lift our friends up to you, right? I mean, when you have good people doing good work, you should want to share good work. It only kind of makes sense. Novel concept.
I know, novel, completely crazy. Crazy talk over there.
It is crazy talk, but that's okay. We're going to stay with crazy talk. Crazy talk is good.
What is it? One of my daughter's favorite movies is the new Alice in Wonderland. And at the very beginning of the movie, she's talking to her father and she asked him, am I going mad? And he's like, yes, you are indeed, but all the best people are.
Well, I think that we've come at a really, I mean, we've got a great opportunity on the planet, which is exactly why we launched U plus one, is we people are seeking help. They're seeking goodness. Um, you know, they just they want to do more and do better.
This is true.
So we want to do everything we can to help that. That only makes sense.
I didn't like the green from the quotes because those quotes are actually images. So I just moved over your testimonials. Just moved it. No
Nice.
big deal. But I do want to keep them and make sure they're all aligned and looking good. This way, the people get to become to the center, the forefront, which
Mm-hmm.
I always am a big fan of. Putting
I love
people
that.
first. Top margin. Let's give them 29. There we go. And then I'm going to make this purple too.
I
Boom.
like that.
I'm not sure contagious is the right word to highlight.
Well, it all depends.
That's probably not the best word to highlight.
That's all good.
We're going to highlight leadership and contagious. How big is that? 20?
Okay.
That
Sounds
seems
like
like
a better choice. Sounds like a better choice.
leadership is contagious. There we go.
Yep.
Hibu. I don't even know what Hibu is. There we go.
Looking good.
Distinguished. Listen effectively. That's a big one.
Nice.
Do that anymore.
Yeah, that's huge.
Let's make this bold too. Isn't that sad when listening is a big deal?
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Should just be kind of standard operating procedure. Love those little icons.
I know. I can't, for some reason, this is not deleting. That little line is annoying me. Might be my touchpad is just being a little pesky.
All those different things.
I'm telling you, I'm going to go actually back to LinkedIn. It's U plus one is so fresh and new. Let me see if one of you has a short little bitty testimonial, one that we can take a piece out of. It's not so long. I've got a space I need to fill, but it is so tiny. Oh, I like that. Nice and simple. Okay. Let's see if we can go put it.
Awesome.
Let's see if we put it right down here.
Just love the way that you're popping this stuff around.
This stuff, oh my gosh, this stuff used to be so hard when you had to hand HTML it. Oh my gosh. And then you couldn't visually see it. You had to like visually see it in the code.
Yeah.
And going back and forth, save, look, save, look, save, look. That was not a fun time.
Pretty fascinating.
Now let's see if there's an itty bitty testimonial. I can stretch that one out. I'm gonna kind of like steal some of these little blocks over here where this has, don't want to move the one part. I want to move. The only thing is it's so freaking tiny, I'm having a hard time grabbing it. There we go.
Pretty amazing.
I can't even, oh, hello, that gets big real quick. In the box, under the box. Okay.
Nice.
I know, it's just going everywhere. It's not going to pop under the box for me. This is the downside of drag and drop.
Okay.
Let's get it there, and I will just move the other stuff ahead of it. Easy peasy.
Very cool.
You know what? I'm okay with that one. So we can take this one down. Actually, I can move this column over. We're going to take the name.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
It is. It's sorry, I get caught up in actually watching it because
Aaron Julius.
It's just, it's amazing how well it can be presented. You know, it's exciting.
I'll take a tiny piece here. Paste and match style is your friend. And it doesn't bring over all of the formatting, whether you're working, like if you carry something even over from like Microsoft Word,
right,
carries over so much formatting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff behind it. Most people don't understand that. You got to clear it.
Let me go that at the bottom. And then we're going to come change the settings. Oh, that's column settings. Gotta make sure you're in the text one. Oops. Boom. Oop, that's not that one, it's this one. So I'm just tightening up that word underneath it.
Nice.
And then I'm going to go get her picture. Look at that smile.
Mm-hmm. She's fabulous.
You got nice friends.
I got
She
great
looks
friends.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got fabulous friends. It's the whole idea. Do business with nice people.
And then we're going to give the column just a little bit of top margin. Just something else that kind of like breaks up, matches that image. So when you see it, and a little testimonial, a little of that social proof right up on the top.
Nice.
There we go. What do we have? Let's see. And then the next one, we'll link your active campaign, and when they come back, so we submitted all that stuff to Design Pickle, so we'll have a download, and then we can put it all in active campaign and do your thank you page. In fact, I need a video from you.
Just tell me what you need. We'll put it together.
I need a video that tells them how to use the 101 actionable tips from Global Stage Greats. And throughout, I need it. What is your next stage? Once you get them to subscribe and you're engaging them with your actionable tips, what is the next thing you want them to do?
Well, that's an interesting...
I ask a hard question?
You did ask a hard question. What is the next thing? We want them to become part of the community. We want them to start interacting.
Where's the community?
Where is the community?
Yeah, what is the community?
Well, that's what we're building. We actually built backwards. I mean, we built backwards because, again, this was ready, fire, aim. And we're responding to the way things are happening. Our business is extremely dynamic at this point. And so we are the prime example of don't wait to be perfect. We are the prime example of get started and continue to evaluate, modify, evaluate, analyze, and modify and re-execute. So we're in the midst of that. And that's why this is fun. So I'd like to say that we had a wonderful site plan drawn out and knew exactly the steps we wanted to take with everybody.
Great business plan and everything, right? Like 300 pages, outlined every detail.
Yeah, that's called you're not an entrepreneur. No, I mean, there's no doubt that all that is really important, but it's we're responding to how things are showing up in our world, and things are coming. We talk about sequencing. It's the world is conspiring for our good in a way that we hadn't anticipated. We're creating relationships. Things are coming together. The opportunity to do this with you, all sorts of different things are happening in a different order than we would have anticipated. Okay, just is what it is. Go with it and make it as good as you can, as fast as you can.
There you go.
I like that. That's cool.
And we're running out of time. This is.
Well, we can get back into it tomorrow without. Oh no, we're building Dwayne tomorrow. Well, we'll get back into it when we get back into it. You tell me what video I need to produce. I'll produce it. And
so, like I said, I need a video from you for your thank you page that takes somebody to the next step. But I need you to know what that next step is. So if you're building a community, where's the community at? Is it on Facebook?
Yes, we do have. It's actually U+1 Facebook community. Yes.
So that's what I want you to do. Is I want you to make a video that just talks about those actionable tips. You don't have to obviously go through every single one of them, but just how someone could best use that list, right, to consume it. But in the middle, every 30 seconds or so, and definitely as a call to action at the end, let them know that it's a free community, right? Yep, free community online on Facebook. Just go to U+1, look us up, and we'll put a button down there, so all they have to do is click.
Awesome.
There we go. So that's the video I need from you. It doesn't need to be super complicated. It just needs to say, thank you, you're awesome, you're joining the community. Now let's get you embedded with everybody else in the community.
Perfect. Let's do that.
You can do that, right?
All right.
So I hope that was helpful to everybody. I
think it's awesome.
I think one of the things that we kind of discussed when I was talking about this with Neil, the CEO of Kyvio, and he was like, that's insane, and that's a lot of work, Jenna. And let's be really honest, because there are people like, oh, I can build it out in 30 minutes online, but that doesn't mean it's interconnected. It doesn't mean it's a complete website. It doesn't mean that everything makes sense and that everything's where it's supposed to be. He's like, you can't build the best funnel in just 1 hour. I was like, but we can try. We can always come back the next day. So that's the benefit of doing it every day. If you only do it once a week, you don't have time. You do it every day, you got time.
Well, I think that's also the interesting part of it is you realize some stuff happens really quick, some stuff doesn't, and all of a sudden some of it you just go, huh, maybe that's not exactly what we wanted, and that's okay.
Right. And that is.
So
kind of going through. Thank you, Dwayne and Sean and Tim and all the others. I'm kind of like scrolling through here that joined us. Yes, Sean, thank you for laughing. Good job. Yeah. Somebody's got to laugh at me. If someone's laughing at us, then we're not doing it right.
That's right.
This is the power of the expert. We don't know what they know, so we know they can do what we can't do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's I read that earlier, and again, a lot of these are popping up in reverse order now, and I think that they're, I don't know whether we had bandwidth things or what.
That's me putting them up there. I have to manually do it, so it was me reading them.
Oh, got it. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, we'll reconvene tomorrow. Everybody be here, and please share this.
Does that comments from Facebook Live post appear on Be Live? I might see if that works next time. What do you see on screen right now?
I'm seeing that Be Live TV production studio.
I'm wondering if I put that on next time, if it will automatically post people as they come. I'll have to try that next time.
Very cool.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Scott, and for everybody else. And we're going to build out some construction site tomorrow.
That's right. We're going to have some fun.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.